fried chicken. In my opinion, it is the best fried chicken recipe in the world. And I've tasted some amazing chicken around the world, fried chicken around the world, American fried chicken, Southern American fried chicken, Korean fried chicken, and I think this fried chicken recipe pips them by a country mile. The secret is in the brining. We brine the meat and then we coat it and fry it. So let's get on and do it. If you've any doubt about it, try it for yourself and then see whether or not you like it. So in here I've got coriander or cilantro stalks. Now the preference here is to use the root if you can, but you're going to need about a tablespoon of it, and that goes into a pestle, and this is better done in a pestle. And you're also going to need some garlic, so I'm just going to chop up 4 cloves of garlic and drop that in. And another reason I love this is because it employs pepper, and I'm going to use about 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper and about 1/2 teaspoon of black peppercorns. You can use just coarse ground black pepper for this as well. So about that. And to make everything grind up and give the chicken a fantastic flavour, I'm going to add in about a flat teaspoon of sugar. I don't like white sugar very much. I use it for baking, but I don't very often use it for cooking. So that's a demerara sugar I'm using there. And then what we do now is we grind that to a paste. And the sugar helps all that grind up. So I'll get that done and I'll get back to you. So right, that's got that ground up pretty well for me. And into that I'm going to put in a good dash of fish sauce, so it's about a tablespoon. And I'm going to add 2 types of soy sauce to it, which helps give it some flavour. I'm using, and for authenticity, I'm using Thai soy sauce. And this one is a Healthy Boy brand mushroom Thai soy sauce. Really nice, made with the flavour of shiitake mushrooms. And this one is a Golden Mountain seasoning sauce, which is a kind of soy sauce. And I'm adding a tablespoon of each. Give that a swirl. And then I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup of water. And that becomes my marinade. I'm just going to take a taste of that, so I get an idea where we are with it. That's amazing. That's amazing already. Gosh, I like that. So the next thing I need to do is get the chicken cut up, and I'll leave that marinade to sit for a while. Right, the chickens in Thailand tend to be smaller than the ones we use in the West, and so the ones we use in the West, I like, first there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can either cut down there alongside the thigh bone and cut off a big piece of meat, or you can just cut into the flesh like that, go alongside it, and that helps these inner bits to get more marinade into them and more flavour, and also helps them to cook. My brother, for some obscure reason, likes his chicken off the bone. So what I tend to do with those pieces is take the larger side, which in this case is this side, and then I'll cut that off into a separate piece. And again, I'll go down the other side of the bone to give it some space to marinate. So there we are, and they go straight into your bowl once you're happy with them. So there'll be boneless pieces in this one, and it's up to you how you do that. If you like it as a whole piece, then just cut it both sides of the bone like that. And it helps if your chicken's a bit chilled and a bit cold, because then it's easy to work with. I'm cutting it that way because that's how my brother likes it. And again, that side. I get the best of both because I end up having all my bits are on the bone, and they say the best meat is near the bone. Another thing is, Thai people do not use breast of chicken for this dish because, well, frankly, I'm with them on this, and it's because the breast is not particularly good for frying. It goes, unless you give it a lot of marinade, it tends to go quite woody, and it's not as juicy as the thigh meat. So to that end, I will use thighs, wings and leg joints only. So that's, again, I'm cutting that off. I'm going down that side of the bone on this one so that it gets plenty of marinade deep into it, and that will cook nicely. As with these pieces, what I do is I give it a couple of slits one side and one the other, like that, so that that can absorb. So on the fat side, 1, 2 slits, thin side, 1 slit, just like that. Same again, 1, 2, and that helps it all upset the marinade, soak it all up, and it will marinate quicker and be ready earlier. Now you need a good time for marinating this, so you're looking at about minimum, I would personally say a minimum of 3 hours, but it's better when you marinate it for 4 hours or more. You can do it overnight, but don't leave it longer than, say, 12 hours, because then the chicken starts to degrade in the marinade. So let's get this gorgeous marinade onto my chicken, and then I'll just give that a good rub and soak. Make sure it soaks in. I can put that now away in my fridge to marinate for 4 hours. At the 2 hour point, I'll give it a turn to make sure everything's getting its fair share of the marinade there. Hi there, I hope you're enjoying the video. We've got Bradley Bennett, Mr. Paul, Mike and Nancy Abel to thank for bringing this video to you today. And thanks guys, you're really helping to keep the lights on around here. Cheers now. Okay, so I've marinated the chicken overnight, and I just want to take it out of the marinade, let it drain a little bit. Because the marinade has got another job to do. Rather than waste all that gorgeous flavour, in the hat yard chicken method, we turn that into the batter. So to turn that into batter, I'm going to sprinkle in some rice flour, and I'm going to mix it in with my whisk as I do so. I'll start that way because I've got more control over it. So I'm just going to whisk that in. And because we're using rice flour, what we end up here with is a gluten-free fried chicken. And with most of the other fried chicken recipes in the world, including Korean, it emphasises an awful lot on the flavouring in the batter rather than that of the chicken. But the reason I love this recipe so much is because it carries the flavour from the chicken right through to the batter, because it's in the same marinade, it's made using the same marinade. Now, some people who make pat yai chicken go for a very thin batter, and some go for a thicker one. I think I'm going to head for somewhere in between. And all I've done at this point is add the rice flour directly into the marinade and stirred it in. I think that's about right because it's nice and thick and clingy, and that's going to cling nicely to our chicken. One little trick I neglected to mention was to add some baking powder to my batter. So I'm just going to put in a teaspoon and half of baking powder into my batter and stir it well in. So rice flour, the massive advantage of rice flour is the fact that it's, apart from the fact that it's gluten-free, is also the fact that it really crisps up beautifully. It crisps up better than wheat flour, the flour from which most Western batters are made from. And it just absorbs the flavours of anything you put into it, so it is a superb. So I've got a kind of dredging station set up here. I've got my chicken, my drained chicken over here. I've got some rice flour in a bowl, which I'm going to quickly flour the chicken pieces in. One thing I wanted to mention quickly before we start the actual frying is a garnish which is used extensively in Thailand when serving this dish, and that is fried shallots. I buy these online. These are Heng's fried shallots. They're super and crispy, and they stay nice and crispy in this jar. And you can fry your own, but there's quite a few videos available online that will show you how to do that. But I like to buy them. They're super. They stay really crispy and crunchy, and they save me a lot of time. Once again, we've got the beautiful Pai Lin of Hot Thai Kitchen to thank for this recipe. I've copied more or less her recipe for this, and it turned out absolutely fantastic. So props to Pai Lin of Hot Thai Kitchen. Where is she? Right here, look. So I want to bring that up to 190 degrees. It's 186 now. I want to bring it up to 190 degrees, which is about 375 Fahrenheit, before I start putting the chicken in. Right, I'll just dredge my chicken, get it in the batter, and I'm laying the chicken skin side up in the batter. As you add the chicken, the temperature of the oil comes right down. So I'm doing this in 2 batches. Okay guys, if you want to help me out, please like, share, subscribe, and let your friends know about it. Also, there is now a PayPal subscriber link down below in the show more section, and there's also a subscribe star link there if you want to help me out. Thanks in advance, and meanwhile the thumbs up help an awful lot. Thank you very much. Once the chicken starts to brown on one side, give it a flip. Okay, bearing in mind that we haven't finished cooking them yet, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out and batch fry my second lot to the same stage, and then we'll fry them all again to make them super duper crispy. Okay, that's the last bit of the first fry. I'll take that off and drain it, and then we allow the temperature of this to come right up again to 190. 190 is about 375 Fahrenheit. Got a little way to go yet. Okay, it's at 190, so back in the pieces go. And we'll make room and get them all in this time. And now we continue to fry those until they become a ruddy golden brown, so reddish kind of golden brown. Bearing in mind there is sugar in that marinade, so they'll look more done than they actually are. Okay, I've checked the internal temperature and it's above 75 or 170 Fahrenheit, and the chicken is a ready golden brown, and therefore it's ready to take off and cool. Now the temptation will be to grip right into that straight away, but please don't, otherwise you'll burn your lips and you'll burn your mouth. Just get a load of that. You know that's going to be crunchy. Okay, I think I need to do a taste test. Do you think I need to do a taste test? I'm so glad you said that. Still a bit hot. That's hot and it's so juicy. The flavour goes right through to the bone. That's seriously good chicken. It's dripping. Oh, that, boys and girls, is fantastic. And the only way you're going to know how fantastic is for you to make it for yourselves, because you need to do this. You've got to do this. Hat-yai chicken, outrageously good. That's gorgeous. I'm going to serve that up Thai style. I'm going to serve it up with my Thai slaw, which for those of you who've been paying attention will know how to make already, and some Thai style sticky rice, and that will be perfect. I'll also put on a sprinkle of these lovely little fried shallots, which turn this from something amazing into something even more amazing. So enjoy. Rather pleased with that. There you see it, 3 pieces of gorgeous hat-yai chicken served with a lime wedge, some sticky rice, the whole thing is sprinkled with fried shallots and some of my Thai slaw salad. Enjoy.